I was sitting down and planning my steps for the week, and one of the things crossed my mind was, first of all, is this camera focused or not? Each and every one of us is an individual. So everybody is going to have a different idea of what's affirming to themselves, what's confirmation. You know, everybody has a different need. And I know in my earlier days of researching how to transition and also becoming more engrossed in, I guess, trans culture, one of the things that on the top layer there was always a lot of energy towards masculinizing the self as much as possible. I don't particularly agree. I don't disagree. I mean, for some people it's very affirming, and I will say for myself, the things that I learned from other YouTubers and blogs and channels and whatnot, those were the tools that I needed. But I also, moving along, had to get rid of a lot of that stuff that I learned, because I'm afraid of what those constant nitpicking things tend to create, you know, what they're teaching. And what I found recently, having sort of an introspective conversation with a friend, is that it's teaching us that we have to completely engross ourselves in this masculine male culture. But again, I invite you to get outside that box that you're thinking in about what maleness is, or what masculinity is, and what a man is, or wants to be even, you know. Because again, there's an idea of what a man even aspires to become. But ideas about to tip somebody off, you have to portray this type of masculinity, we realize that's completely untrue and false. And a lot of these tutorials about how to pass and how to be masculine, I tend to notice a lot of misandry. One of the things that I would notice a lot is that there was a lot of, I understand unpacking and having a safe space to do so, but a lot of it just became rageful, was vengeful. And I understand it comes most often from places of hurt and places of trying so hard, and just when you find a safe space, you no longer want to. I respect it. Definitely do what you need to do. But it comes to a place where when you start to disrespect everybody around you, you are laterally disrespecting yourself. And especially as someone who identifies as male, masculine, or man, and you have all of these ideas pinned up towards this image of a person, and you make them into something ugly based on experiences, based on your perception of whatever you're perceiving, you are undoubtedly putting that same identification on yourself. And that's what I tend to think people are most mad about, is that they want to identify themselves with something, but they're so angry about the hurt and experiences that they have had that they find it difficult to maneuver themselves in that way. Like myself personally, I have had a lot of damaging experiences with females and femininity, to where I am afraid of my own femininity and my own femaleness. And again, I will repeat, a lot of that comes from my experiences. I allow people to come into me and take things from me energetically, take my space, take my awareness, take my wealth, my warmth, my wellness. I would see that in other females and think, oh, they're weak, oh, they're this, oh, they're that, and you know, just apply all of these substandard ideas onto them based on their bodies and their language and how they're identifying. And never taking the time to understand how I am replicating that same identity stage or awareness onto myself.